Today, we're going to take a look at the media page. It is a very undervalued page in Davinci Resolve, and kind of for good reason. If you're not doing a really super large project, the features that the media page has to offer aren't necessarily going to knock your socks off. But let's have a look at them anyway, because they are helpful, and it mostly falls into the category of organization and making organization easier, mostly for larger projects, but you'll see what I mean. Here is where we bring media into our project. If we have a timeline, you can bring them into the media section of the timeline page too. But on top, we have a list of drives that are either connected to the computer or usually connected. Like these are network drives that aren't connected to the computer, these three in the middle. They're only connected when I'm back at the studio. But these are, this is C assets, which is the C drive, the main drive on this computer. Assets is where I keep all the footage. And here is the C drive itself. So I can, if I happen to have the footage someplace else, I can find it there. But I can also do that with the File Explorer. So I can go to Assets on my File Explorer and take this AI music and just drag it in right like that into the master section. And why wouldn't I do that? Well, I'll show you why. So let's take, for example, this AI music folder and move it into our new project. This is a project I did a while back. We're not actually going to do anything with these files, but you see here in the narrative, I have a variety of shots. And let's say I'm editing this and I need to, while I'm editing, I realize I need to say something else. So I shoot another piece and I drop it in the folder. We're going to go ahead and simulate that now by grabbing another shot and copying it into the AI music narrative folder. Now, I can go in the media page here and resync media files. And because that bin through the media page is still linked to the folder, it knows what folder that media came from. It can say, oh, hey, that's new, and automatically bring it into your project. You can also set the folder to automatically sync. So let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 files in here. If I go back over, grab that one, paste it, come over, boom, automatically puts your new media into your project for you in the same organization that you have set up previously. Now that's one of the uses of the media page that's kind of unique. One of the main uses of the media pool, as I said earlier, is organization. And let me show you that real quick. So let's go ahead and change this to cards so I can see what we're looking at. Get rid of that because we don't need that. So we have a narrative, and then B-roll. And this looks like a narrative, but it is in fact B-roll. Okay. So in the metadata section here, I'm going to change this to shot and scene. I'm going to select both of these cameras and go down to angle. We'll call this A. This is camera angle A. We're going to then apply. You can see here, that's A, but this is not A. So I'm going to shift select the rest of these and change the angle to B, for example. And that means that this is my A roll, and that is my B roll. Let's say in this tutorial part, these two are also B, and this is also A. Save that. Now I can view everything by shift clicking here. Have a look at my list view. If I don't have it already, I can add angle to the list, and it shows up here. And now I can see what is my A roll and what is my B roll. It's one way of using it. It's actually not a very well organized way of using it. Just an example of how you can use this metadata to add categories or keywords or information about whole groups of shots that you can then use to find those shots later. It happens a lot when you're going through a large project where you're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel for good B-roll. You can just say, okay, where is all of my B-roll? I don't want to look through individual folders. I just want to be able to see all of it in one place and go through it there. And the media page can help you organize that. We'll get more into metadata and where you would actually put cameras A, camera B, or A-roll and B-roll. Camera A and camera B are not actually the same as A-roll and B-roll. Camera A and B usually would be in an interview, you've got this view, and then you've got that view. But for the sake of this example, that's good enough. But let's have a look, for example, at keywords. There's one way of using this data. So again, we'll go back to cards here so I can have a, so let's say keyword, we'll add a keyword studio here, and we'll add a keyword outdoors here. Here's another, go into tutorial parts here. This is also keyword studio. And inside narrative here, we can have this one be indoors. And these two are also indoors. So we'll select them both. I guess actual terminology would be interior, exterior, that kind of thing. So now when we go up to our master folder here and we search for indoors, we search by all fields, our indoors stuff will come up, as will our outdoors, as will our studio. So you can see the power of this organizational tool on the media page. When you go to your edit, for example, you can still, by that same search function, having everything selected here, you can find within each folder those things, or you can select all and find all of your studio, all of your outdoors, all of your indoor stuff, etc. So it's a helpful way of organizing a large amount of footage if you need to go through it very quickly to find something specific. The media page makes it possible. It takes a little bit of work. You have to think about how you want to organize things, but it's a tool that is worth knowing and worth playing with. Thanks for coming along. See you next time.